Ladies and dudes, I got some good news to tell you. Season 13 is finally here at long last. And for my next movie review I'm going to do for today is Popeye the Sailor. Arr! Too bad they never made a movie version of it. But we got the live action version of the film that featured our dear beloved actor, the late Robin Williams. And he did a very good job of playing the main character of the only live action film that we ever gotten for so many years. If you know what I mean. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop 1987. This is my review for today. And today we're finally gonna get back to movie review, ladies and dudes. We're finally here on Season 13. I can't believe it. I did 12 seasons of movie reviews. I got some really good ones, some okay ones, or just somewhere in between or something, but, well, you get the picture. But we're finally here on Season 13 at long last, and I promise to all of you I will get going on a couple of movie reviews that is coming out this year. And yes, ladies and dudes, I got some bad news to tell you. I can't find one single movie that I really want to check out in the movie theaters. I know it's a sad shame. None of these films that are coming out this year is not that interesting at all. I can't find one single movie that will be my cup of tea. So sadly, I can't find one single film I want to check out for this year of 2024. So yeah, the only movies I want to check out for this year, I want to check out the brand new Liam Neeson film called The Saints and the Sinners. Yeah, it's an Irish film, but sadly it's on Netflix. But still, I really want to check out that movie if I can find a way to see it. And also the one that was in Japan called Gundam Seed Freedom. After all, that movie's very darn interesting and I really want to check it out. I'm not sure if they'll ever bring back the original cast from the English dub who did Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. Well, if you guys know what I mean. But anyway, let's put that aside and head on to my next movie review. So for my next movie review is Popeye the Sailor. Arr! And yes, I am familiar with the cartoon show. I only saw like a couple of episodes here and there. And I did remember the time when I was a little girl, I did found a book about it in a library. There was a book of one of Popeye's stories. And yes, there is a live action film of it. But yeah, this poor movie didn't do so well at the box office so many years ago, if you know what I mean. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here is my next movie review of Popeye. That was played by our dear beloved late Robin Williams. One of the greatest actors of all time. A guy who knows how to make us laugh, that's for sure. So anyway, let's head on to the main plot of the story. I will say for the main plot of the story, we only got two main focus storylines. Just two main focus storylines is just fine for this film. One storyline that's all about, there's this new dude in town named Popeye. He was trying to search for his father. He searched for him in the last 7 seas for many, many years ago. And he is in a brand new town, try to get to know these new people, and try to get to know this woman named Olive Oil. And that's the second character who had a a plot in the story too. A lady named Olive Oil, who doesn't like her life at all. She can't stand her family. She can't stand all the belongings that they got. And she was about to be engaged by that big man named Bluto. You know, the guy who owns the town. So yeah, we got two subplots in the story. We got one subplot of the story that involves Popeye's storyline and the other storyline that came from Olive Oil. And yes, there will be a storyline that's all about their relationship and also having a strong connection to a sweet little baby named Sweet Pea. So yep, that's all I could say about the main plot of the story. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? I will say I really do like this film. I really like it. It's a good movie to watch. I will say not the best one, but I will say it's good in their own rights. It does have a few flaws to say. Yeah, it's kind of cartoony in some ways, but I do like the comedy for it. But yeah, I do like this film. It's a really good film to watch. I will say it had a good storyline for the most part. The characters were likable or fine as they are. And the casting is good. I do like the cast. It has some good songs. It had a really good score. It got some very good settings, good costume designs, and so on and so forth. So anyway, let's go on to my strongest points and the weakest points of Popeye, the live-action film. I will say for my strongest points for this movie is really dab in the middle of the film. I will say the middle part is truly the best part I love about this movie. There's a lot of things going on in the middle part of the film. Like when Popeye and Olive Oil are trying to be such good parents to Sweet Pea and, you know, give the love and the support that he needs. And yeah, the wrestling match is kind of weird and funny in so many ways. And something about that wimpy character who likes horse racing. And yeah, I love that I Mean song. I mean, you know what I mean. I will say that's truly the best song in the whole entire movie, hands down. I love the part where that Bluto guy made a mess of Olive Oil's house. And I feel bad for her family getting involved in it, and also those people who were in the house. So yeah, I will say the middle part of the movie is really the best part I love about this film. I will say the beginning and the middle, they were fine as they are, but not as memorable as the middle part. So I will say for my strongest points of the movie is really the middle part of the film. Hands down. I will say for my weakest points of the movie, I will say the movie is a little bit draggy. It has some draggy moments here and there, and I'm waiting for something interesting to happen. And there was one major weak point I found with this movie is, I wonder why those people never blame Wimpy. There was a part at the third act of the movie that Wimpy hasn't been blamed. Olive Oil didn't blame him. Popeye didn't blame him. After all, he is responsible of kidnapping the baby. And Bluto just kept him hostage for who knows how long. So, I don't know why the people did not blame Wimpy for his actions at the third act of the movie. I really don't get it. Does any of you get it? What Wimpy did? Well, it says he is a bad influence to the story. And the actor, he's fine. He's just fine. Yeah. I really don't get that part. So yeah, I will say for my weakest points of the movie, it does drag here and there, and that Wimpy guy, he did get blamed for what he did. So that's my major weak point in the movie. So let's go on to the characters. I will go with the two characters who are truly the standout points in the movie. Just two. And the only two characters who did have a storyline in the film. One character I want to talk about is Popeye, played by our dear beloved, the late Robin Williams. I will say Popeye is a very good, interesting character indeed. I like his look, I like his design, even if he only has just one eye and weird looking muscles, and he talks kind of funny, and he's just being a nice guy who doesn't want to hurt anybody. He's just a guy who came out of nowhere or something like that. All I could say about this character is he does have a very good storyline, a great personality, great attitude. His voice is pretty darn funny in so many ways. And I like the part when he sings, "I'm Popeye the Sailor." I do like that song. That was a good song. And I really like the strong connection with him and Sweet Pea. And yes, Popeye does count as the best father figure ever in movie history. He is such a great father to Sweet Pea, and they had so many sweet moments in the film that will warm our hearts. That's for sure. And yes, ladies and dudes, an interesting fun fact about Robin Williams playing Popeye, he doesn't use his normal voice that much. He tried really hard to keep that tone of what Popeye's voice would sound like. He never used his original voice at all. He used, like a sailing voice. Try to be like a sailor. Well, if you know that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And now we got this lady who's Olive Oyl, played by this actress I really don't know of. And yes, I will admit, that lady who played Olive Oyl, she did a well done job playing a character who has a rough and tough life. She doesn't care about her family at all because they have no idea what they're doing. And she wants a better life, a better chapter for herself. And I understand why she's not in love with Bluto, the big guy. I think she's more interested in find someone else to love. Yep. Large. Mine. Well, if you know Olive Oyl, you know what I'm talking about. And yes, I do like her connections with Sweet Pea as well. At least she's being a good mother to that sweet little thing. Oh yeah. I have nothing else to say, but yeah, the lady who played Olive Oyl, she did a really good job playing a very amazing character, who will be the love interest of Popeye. I have nothing else to say, so I'll go ahead and tell you about my final thoughts of Popeye. Overall, Popeye is a very darn good movie to watch. I will say, it had a very good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable or fun as they are. It does have some good casting, good songs, good score, good setting, good costume designs, and all the above. What else I could say? So I decided to give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. And rest in peace, our dear beloved Robin Williams. We love you, dude, and we will miss you. Amen. And that is it, ladies and dudes. That's my whole entire movie review of Popeye. I hope you enjoyed this movie review. And tell me, ladies and dudes, what is your favorite Robin Williams film of all time? And what is your most favorite character that he had ever played in one of the greatest films that he ever did in his life? Well, whichever it is, leave a comment there. Let me know. For me, I'll always love him as Genie from Aladdin. One of the greatest show-stealing characters in Disney history. Hands down. and I'll be back for more movie reviews to come. I really want to get going on another movie review that featured the oh great and mighty Liam Neeson. I gotta get going on that Kenneth Branagh film that I haven't seen yet, that features Hercule Poirot. I need to see The Boy and the Heron. I would love to give Poor Things a try. It looks like a pretty interesting film. And some others. So I'll be back for my next movie reviews to come, and I'll see you all later, and sayonara!